Hey guys, I think I'm ready to share on how I found out about my hyperthyroidism. I was really having doubts on whether or not to share this because there is something, there's a detail that I didn't want to share to everyone. But of course, my family and some of my friends know about this, so here it goes. Here's the story time. So for about 5 or 6 years now, I have been overweight. Around that time, there are already news about Monjaro and I wanted to try it. I heard that here in Tagbilaran City, available na siya, so I wanted to give it a try. So I went to a clinic, I know the doctor, and I had my labs checked. The labs came back and it showed that I was pre-diabetic and so I was a candidate for Monjaro. Honestly, it was really a blessing in disguise because all I wanted to do was lose the weight, but then we found out something. I went ahead and did the treatment for 3 months, so it was November and December of last year and January of this year. I had a bad case of UTI last December, it was around first week. The pain was so bad that I needed to go to the ER. I was there with my sister and I was just wearing a very loose shirt and I had my hair up. And then out of the blue, the resident told me, "Ma'am, dako lagi imong liog." And then ingon pagid siya sa akong manghod na, "Diba ma'am, dako siya liog no?" This hospital, by the way, dili ra pud nag-work akong sister as a nurse. And the resident gave me a request. She said na if magpalabs ko, ipaapi lang daw just to be sure. Ni-agree ako guys, pero honestly na-offend ba jud ko. Then ni-ana po ko sa akong sister, kini-agree magud siya dako liog. So ni-ana po ko, "Hoy, ikaw po magpa-check po ka kay igsuon bi ata." Since last year of January, gi-include ko ni Jeff sa company but taning bayad gud siya para lang ma-appeal ko sa ilang yearly nga executive check-up. So I told the resident that I'm gonna do it January of this year because that's the schedule of the check-up. So when January came, I already know nga mahuman ako sa Monjaro and so I decided to go to the gym. And take note, this is my first time back at the gym after 6 long years. Around the second week of January, I started to do light weights. Dili po ko pwede guys og heavy because I have an issue with my spine. And one time, niabot og 250 ang ako ang heart rate. I had to stop. I told Jeff and I said, dili ni siya normal man dad, ngano man ni. We got really busy January of this year and so nabuhat na mo ang check-up January 26 na. I remember Monday to siya and we got the results Friday of that week and oh my god guys, na-adjust something wrong sa akong thyroid. So Monday the following week, so that's already February, nagpa-check up jud ko dayon. And there, I was diagnosed with hyperthyroidism. I was given meds for 6 weeks, so kato akong gi-mention na carbimazole and bisoprolol. During the checkup, I was asked if kaliwat ba. And then there I realized, oh my god, si mama na aman di ay ingani before. And then, duha ka sisters sa ako ang papa na apod sila. And I don't know why, wala ni siya nasud sa akong mind nga kaliwat siya kaayo. Grabe jud ako akay both sides gid siya guys. This was the part that I was really disappointed in myself kay nurse pa naman ko and then nawa gid siya sa akong mind nga grabe siya kakaliwat. So for my follow-up check-up after 6 weeks, I needed to bring my laboratory test na CBC, TSH, FT4, and ultrasound of the thyroid. Of all the tests, I was so worried about the ultrasound. Because that's where you see if you have nodules or bukol-bukol and to know if these are cancerous or not. When I saw my blood work, I was really satisfied kini better gid siya guys, at least for me. So I went to my follow-up checkup, I brought all my labs, but then when I went there, giingnan dayon ko nga need na ko mag-RAI. Medyo na-shock ko guys, kaya I was thinking nga, basin i-continue ra ni akong meds or sakaan lang ang dose or iubos lang ang dose, but dili guys, need na daw ko mag-RAI. Honestly, even after the first checkup, I was already having anxiety. And this is because ki-explain sa akong doctor nga makadako jud ang tambal. And I just lost all the weight. Just to clarify, makadako ang tambal kay iya hamang manormalize ang metabolism, manormalize ang heart rate, and so dili na as fast mo burn ang body kumukaon ta og food. I was really questioning God, like, nganong karon pa man happen, Lord? Na imbis unta naniwang na unta ko, I finally got the body that I wanted. For so long, I finally can wear all the dresses that I like. Kay kikay mangguko kaayo guys ever since pa sa una nadagap ako. And then na-stop na ako ang pagkakikay tungod kinanganak na ba ako. So I had 2 girls. So grabe jud kay akong frustration, like nganong karon pa man ni. I also asked my doctor when kan ni siya nag-start doc because January of last year, wala pa manggod ni. But then I remembered wala man di ko thyroid panel last January. So my biggest regret yun guys is not knowing when it really started. I also told my doctor nga nag-Monjaro ko, he's okay with it because of my sugar. And he said most likely nagdungan ang akong hyperthyroidism while I was taking Monjaro. I also want to share that aside from Monjaro helping me lose the weight, most importantly, nibalik jud sa normal ang akong FBS or akong sugar. Also, since we're talking about Monjaro, I want to tell you guys that if you're planning to do it, please make sure that you're going to a reputable clinic, guided by a doctor that's an expert on these things. Because even if Monjaro is already FDA approved here in the Philippines, there are still things that you need to follow and things that you need to do. And at the end of the day, just think of it as putting medication in your body, and like any other medication, it needs prescription from a doctor. And the rest was history. It led me up to this point in my life now. On the next video, I'm gonna talk about hyperthyroidism, what it is, what are the symptoms, and the symptoms that I had, and basically the overall experience that I had while dealing with the condition. Thank you so much for reaching this far, and see you on the next one. Bye!